Some of the accountants that I've come across are very much kind of counting beans, producing a piece of paper so that you can give it to to HMRC. With this type of business, we really wanted something which it's a little bit more complex for us. So we needed a little bit more guidance, a little bit more day-to-day hand-holding, and the ability just to sort of have somebody to bounce ideas off and just get answers quite quickly.
What we've got to do is just make sure that when they're looking into buying a second business or getting involved in that, because that particular industry is a cafe, we just got to make sure they have genuinely got the profits available to do it, the capital there, help them put a business plan together and things like that.
Well, one of the things that we do with Phil is we have a regular review of the business. That's not just the sort of when we're sort of putting together the accounts, but we do have a separate review. And the idea being that we can sort of look at where the business is going, what our plans are for the business, and he can kind of guide us as to, well, have you thought about doing this? Have you thought about doing that? Maybe you want to look at that slightly differently, just to make sure that what you're doing is financially viable, maybe it's tax efficient. And that sort of contact helps us sort of focus in on get the right decisions to make sure we're not going up any blind alleys or anything like that.
We're almost like a personal trainer to our clients. We identify their needs to help them in terms of what their business wants and sort of make suggestions to them, but also we then help them grow and become stronger and more stable as a client.
Because they've had success in one place, they must make sure they're going to have success in the second. It's not always as easy to replicate, but we can also help put things in place to make sure they're doing that in the right way.
It's payroll, it's regular reviews, it's obviously the submission of our accounts at the end of the year. But for me, it's the ability to actually have a sounding board. So, for instance, one of the things we're looking to do is expand our business. And one option for us would be to, for instance, buy a separate building. Another option is for us to buy a business which is already up and running. And Phil is the sort of person that you can just say, well, we've got this idea, what do you think? We've got that idea, what do you think? And then we can kind of work out exactly what's best for us. You may not think that you need too much accounting advice, but when it comes to going online, there are things like, what do you do about the VAT? What do you do about various other aspects of the income and the revenue, etc.? So establishing and moving forward on the online side, we will definitely be involving Phil as well.